Just okay. I'll be on in just a second. I am taking some packages out to the mail and I'll be right back. Good morning. And that's to Brian. Good morning to you as well. Brian Osmond. There we go. You're not one of the Osmond brothers, are you? Oh, okay. You probably heard that a million times. It's not funny, I know. Well, hello, guys. I was gonna stream yesterday, but too many things came up, and I just decided not to. So we're gonna stream today instead. So bear with me. I am moving really slow this morning. I originally scheduled this stream actually for 8 o'clock. And it's like 9:30. So you get the idea. Jacob says good morning as well. All right, Jacob. So I hope you're not offended, but I'm gonna eat a little bit. I got a can of fruit cocktail right here, and I just wanted to try it out. Okay, so Fallschirmjagers. Bon appetit. Thanks, Jacob. I do plan to eat that. So before we actually get rolling. But as you know, I've been working on, I don't know why I'm yelling. Maybe because the microphone's a million miles away. I don't know if you know this about me, but I've been collecting battalions and getting them ready for O Group. But not just the battalions, because I'm kind of I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm kind of a completionist. So I want to have a lot of support elements and stuff like that. Something just came across my mind. I might actually get a package in today with a bunch of tanks. You're welcome. So when I went to do these Fallschirmjagers, I decided to do a whole bunch of different support elements at the same time, just to kind of knock it all out at the same time. You know what I mean? They are right now 100% playable. They're dull coated. The bases are flocked. Everything's good. But I want to add some tufts, and that's what I'm going to do tonight or today. I've got a stack of tufts up here in this tub. Plus I've got some tufts over here. These two tubs are actually clump foliage. And I was thinking 90% of these guys are just going to be clump foliage. But some of these bigger base models, like combat patrols, mortars, anti-tank guns, they might be they might get some tufts added. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud, you know. Lighting might not show this very well. But I'm trying. I tried a couple of different things on these guys. In that I've got four companies here. One of them being an engineer company. And then I got my normal battalion here with the 3 companies with their combat patrols. I did each one of these in a different flock, a different type of flock. Like this is my is it this one? I think it is this one. This is my traditional knock meadow, spring meadow 2.5 millimeter static grass flock mixture. That's what I use on everything. I use that on every single Napoleonic, ancient, World War II, anything at 15 millimeter. That's the flock I use. This is a flock that I think it's 2 millimeter, not 2.5, and it's Stone Mountain. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that brand. It's an excellent brand. It's a little pricey though. I have a tub of this. I've got a baggie of this somewhere too, I think. And it's a little bit lighter shade than this. This is a little bit more fuzzy because it's 2.5. And this one is less fuzzy and it's a little bit lighter shade. I think I like this one best, to be honest. I think I like this one best. It's just a little pricey and hard to come by, so I know. And this is I'm not sure if it's knock. I think we'll look at their. I think it is knock as well, but it's not static grass. It's scatter. It's micro scatter. And this is a light green micro scatter. Might be medium green, light micro scatter. And this is their dark green micro scatter. So I tried 4 different flocks so that you could identify the 4 different companies on the table. Instead of putting a color around the bases. Like before I would like go red, white, and blue or whatever to identify the companies. Now I don't have to do that. And some of the support weapons, I also kind of switched up the flock. It was really an experiment just to see which one I liked best. I think I like this one best, to be honest. Well, to be honest, I love this one best, and that's the one I use for everything. But I don't know how to explain it. I have a love for this, even though this looks best. Probably because it's 2mm static rest instead of 2.5. It's thinner. Again, we're moving a little slower because I'm trying to finish this can right here. I don't want it to be sitting. Plus, I don't want my stomach to be turning. I didn't have any breakfast or anything. Well, that's not true. I had a couple of eggs a few hours ago because I've been up a while. Before we get started, oh yeah, one more thing. Well, all of this is before we get started, so one additional thing, because there's going to be more. As you know, my combat patrols are on 2-inch or 50mm discs, right? Ad will run shortly for some viewers. 15 seconds. Okay, expect an ad for some of you guys. And that's what these are, 50mm. It doesn't let me know when the ad is over. Okay. And I had been using on my previous battalions 1.5-inch discs for my company commanders. So they're a little bit smaller, so you could identify them as company commanders instead of combat patrols. But I feel like they were still way too big. They needed to be smaller. So I thought they needed to be more in line with the same size as the infantry squads. So with these bases being 30mm wide, I thought I could get a 30mm disc, and that's what those guys are. And they work good. So going forward, I'm going to use 30mm discs. For my company commanders. And when I was doing my anti-tank guns, the I'm using Forged in Battle for the crew. And the Forged in Battle guys, they're metal. They're not designed specifically to fit in a Flames of War base circle, right? There's those little cutout circles. They're not designed to fit in there. Some of them can fit in there because their bases are small enough, but others, their bases are way longer. Specifically these guys, because they're on their knees with their legs sticking back, and it causes the ground base to be extremely long. I thought I could snip off some of the base and have it fit down in one of those Flames of War circles, but I couldn't snip off enough. So I decided instead of using the Flames of War base, I went ahead and used a Flames of War wooden base because I've got wood equivalents to all the Flames of War bases. Now, the Poopchen, I could have fitted on a small base, but because it's supposed to be a light gun, I could have put it on a medium base, but it's so small and tiny, I decided to put it on just a square 30 millimeter. So it's like a small base, but square instead of rectangle. Now I only had 8 flamethrowers, so I think I only put 6 in this company, 2 per platoon. Um, just to make it even. And then all the infantry are Flames of War figures, as well as the combat patrols, machine guns, Panzerfausts, Panzer Shreks, mortars. Basically, all the anti-tank gun crew is all Forged in Battle. Yeah. Okay, so these are the 120. Those are the Fallschirmjager 120s mortars. And these are the Fallschirmjäger 8 centimeter mortars. That might be my wife. She might be home. Or it might be the neighbor. I just heard a big trunk slam. I don't know if you know this, but my wife's dog sitting. And sometimes she comes by the house to pick up supplies. But maybe not. But she's not here right now. So yeah, those are the 4 120s. These are the 4 Fallschirmjäger 8 centimeters, which are Stummel mortars. which means they're short barrel. And I'm going to treat them as on table 60s, basically 60 millimeter mortars, but they're going to have maybe a better range, or a better, maybe not a better range, maybe a better blast radius or something. I'm going to have to compare them. They don't in O Group, they don't specifically have rules for those. So I'm going to house rule some stuff for those guys. And then I have 2 of each of the anti-tank guns, 36, 38, and 40. And because any gun that's 75 millimeters, or, well, anything over 70 millimeters, like these 75s, is considered a heavy gun. That's why it's on a large base. Otherwise, it would be medium bases. We got the Puchin, which is kind of like, it's like an anti-tank gun that fires a rocket, like a Panzerschreck. It's weird. We got the FO, 2 Panzerschrecks, 4 medium machine guns right there. And the battalion commander. And there's a spot big enough for me to drop a die down inside there. So yeah, so you got the battalion, and then you got a 4th company commander. I didn't put him together to specifically go with the engineers, even though he could if he needs to. I put him together because the Germans have a special rule called comp grouping, or comp group commander, or something like that, where you could take your support weapons and group them together under a separate company, and you can have a 4th company of just the support weapons. Just as a figure at an arm's reach, as a casual. I'm eating and talking, so that's not good. As a casual, like, long distance glance, they look like grenadiers, right? Flames of War grenadiers, Flames of War Fallschirmjagers, Germans, camouflage smocks. They look like grenadiers. But when you pick them up and you look at them close, you can see that they've got a jump smock, or they've got a specific type of Fallschirmjäger helmet on. But at long range, it's hard to really tell. But yeah, I'm very happy with them. I'm almost done with this. Hmm. Now on this, you guys didn't get to see this. I didn't live stream it or anything. But when I painted this battalion headquarters, I used a brown from AK called Mud Brown underneath the wood, right behind, the dirt under the wood in the courtyard there. And then I went over it with an army painter. Oh, not that one. An army painter wet mud. And you might notice that the mud is kind of shiny. And it's a little bit redder, a little bit darker red, which I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. But I love the fact that it's got a little bit of shine to it, like it is actually wet mud. And I realized this Forged in Battle figure was actually a radio man. So instead of putting him on one of the gun crews, I put him in the battalion headquarters. The only other radio men that I've got was the guy I used on the FO. And he came off of the hard plastic Grenadier sprue. The stem. I'm digging along the along the bottom, so that must be a good sign, like I'm almost done. Well, now that you got a preview of these guys, once I'm completely done with the tufts, that is, or the clump foliage, I'll be doing a recorded video for my O group project update. And I thought about this the other day. Instead of starting my next O group battalion, I think I'm going to work on some O group terrain, like built up areas and hedges and fences. I've got a ton of hedges. I mean, a lot of hedges already. But the problem with them is they're groomed. They're like cultivated or manicured hedges. And I want rough, just, like windbreak field hedges. All right, we're almost there. Foliage. It's going to be the 99% of the stuff. I think I'm going to use I'm not sure. Summer green. Backwater. Those would be good on the troops, but I don't think I'm going to use them. I've got army painter tufts. I also don't think I'm going to use those either. I guess I could switch it. These two are the same. It's just I've already started using this color. I guess I could switch it up based on the company they're in. For the combat patrols. Okay, now these tufts are not self-adhesive. So I've got to have some glue. So I'm just going with straight Mod Podge. All right. Oh, really? Okay. Made a mess. Didn't mean to. That one went on really, really smoothly. Yeah, this group here is going to get this dark-ish. I could mix it up. I could put a little bit of dark, a little bit of light, but I'm already going to also add some, okay, that's not working out. Clump foliage, so my stomach is growling. Putting the tufts around the gun like they found a nice hidey spot to shoot from. Yeah, I'm grabbing some of the really long pieces. For an opportunity to use. That's enough of this type of. I think I turned off my autofocus, so. Turn it back on. See if that would have any impact on focusing. It's not finished. I still plan to put some clump foliage on this as well. I wonder if it would look good on that. I'm still going to put another piece on all of these, but I'm going to test to see if this color would look good on that. But I also want to test this color. I got both of these from Amazon, actually. Both of these tucked pieces. And they come with these little tweezers, which I thought was an added touch. Okay. So, are those going to look good on those? Are they going to look good on these? Do I want to put a two-tone on there? Not really. Yeah, I think they're going to look best on those. That looks good on that as well. Yeah, it's just... This one is just way better than this one. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it like that. Or like this. We're going to do it like that. Okay. So this color on that company there. It's two pieces. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear this, but my stomach, or my gut, I should say, is trying to communicate with me. It's going. And I'm like, what the hell are you trying to say? Yeah, I always want to like, wow, that's loud. I really want to crowd my combat patrols with tall foliage because combat patrols are always supposed to be like sneaking about. And in the game, no matter where they're at on the table, they're always considered concealed. So, yep. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to put some. Yeah, I think that'll fit. It's a biggie. It's a big one. Mystery. All right. Well, that anti-tank gun's got a gigantic tuft in front of it. Let's see if I can get this one. Does this have any small? Oh, look at that. That's a nice small tuft. Another tiny one. Oh, right here. Yep. Yeah, I guess the same spot. Not finished. All right, guys, we're going to take a short 5-minute break because I need to take care of what's going on with my stomach, and I will be right back. Okay, I can't see anything with vehicle glasses. Mainly, it's telling me I need to go hit the little boy's room. Be right back. All right, I'm back. All right. Now, where did I leave off? Yeah, I had to take care of a little I had a little BM. Okay. Oh, I wanted to double up on those. That's right. Before we moved on to the next color. Putting these little ones on there too. Mainly because I pulled them off prematurely, so I figured why not? Not going to hurt anything. Because, like I said, the combat patrol bases, I want them to be crowded with foliage. Foliage. Okay, this looks like a good one. That one. That one. Right. Yeah, I was watching the Normandy D-Day celebration yesterday. Um, and there were veterans still alive. And I was like, dang. Those guys, have been around the block. All right, let's see if I can get some of this taken care of. Like that one. These just have a different texture to them. I feel like they're a little bit shorter and fuzzier. See what we can do with these. over, leaning down, making sure I can see what I'm doing. See, these tufts kind of like disappear onto the base. Okay, that poopkin could probably have a couple of these tiny little tufts. Little poopkin. Yeah, last weekend I ordered some 3D printed tanks and some gliders, actually. I think I mentioned that. Um, and the guy told me that he would start work on it on Monday and get it out by Wednesday. And now it is Friday. And normally it only takes a couple of days to ship. I believe, I think. You know, once it ships, it gets here pretty quick. So I think if I'm lucky, it'll be here today. If not, no big deal. I'm not in any rush to get them. I'm just excited to get them. Because there are a bunch of like tanks and stuff that I don't have. Obviously. Doesn't make sense, but yeah, that's mainly the French armored personnel carriers. Okay, I'll put one each. I'll put one of these on each of the mortars. How much room do I have on the mortars? A couple of them I got quite a bit of room. Excuse me. Yeah, this is the one that I thought I had a lot of room there and there. I wasn't sure how I was going to like these 120s because of the way the base is. Base plate, it doesn't look like the Grenadier mortars. Or shoot, maybe I was, hold on, maybe I was using Old Glory mortars. But either way, they had more detail. These base plates are just like flat plastic, and it doesn't look that impressive. Okay, I think all the big bases. Nope, I want to put some on these. Hands are short. I do want to put something on this guy as well. Okay, those definitely look like Panzer Shrek. And he's a dark green, so I think one of these would really contrast with him. Really well. So we'll see. This is either an engineer company commander or it's a comp group company commander. Basically, he's just a fourth company commander if I ever need him. Yeah, I think I need to order more of this color because I really like it. Like it a lot. Okay, so the machine gunners. I could put one of these small tufts on there, but I'm not going to. And the mortars, I'm not going to. I'm going to add clump foliage to all of them. So let's just go ahead and put all the tufts away. Bumping the microphone, so I don't know if you heard that. I mean, the bump. Yeah, I'm not going to do any of those tufts. Now I've got two colors of clump foliage, and they're kind of similar. I mean, they're both kind of an olive drab. One's a little bit lighter than the other, but they're both olive. So I wonder. Yeah, I think I want to do that. I want to save space. So basically every one of these bases is going to get some clump foliage on it. So I'm just going to put them in their company boxes. Okay, there's a company. Ever since I found these Ritz cracker boxes, they've been a godsend. They're like the perfect size and depth. Okay, we're going to do more than just engineers in here. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I sprayed the bases with Russian uniform before I mounted all the figures to them because I wanted them to have like an outer edge of Russian uniform, if that makes sense. But the problem is once I put the texture paste on there, it kind of ruined, not ruined, but blemished the green on the around the hold on. Yeah, the green around the edges. So Because what I had done in the past is just based them up and then painted the edges. Okay, we can throw a couple of these in there. But I'm not sure if I dislike the little brown texture paste. You know, it randomizes the base a little bit. Gives it a little bit of a natural look. Yeah, we can throw the FO, we can throw the poopchin in here. Don't want to overdo it. Don't want to overcrowd, you know. Because once I get them in these trays, I can stack them and give myself some room on the table to work with. Okay. Look at that. Nice. I had one more tray. Where'd it go? Oh, right there. I don't need it though. Now, sometimes I'll put Mod Podge on the base itself, like just a drop. But then other times I'll dip the foliage into the Mod Podge and then put it on the base. Using the tweezers. I guess I could put it into another tray. You can see the white glue, but it'll dry. I hope it'll dry. It better be able to dry. Yeah, okay, you get the idea. And you gotta find the clump foliage before you start gluing, because sometimes it's too big or sometimes it's too small. Or it's just not the right shape. I like to put the bushes on there where I imagine if the troops were there fighting, these bushes would be out of the way. Giving them a little cover, not like a hindrance. If that makes sense. So I kind of make it like a little diorama in my head. Now on these machine guns, I want to use bigger pieces in front of the assistant gunner, so it looks like they're kind of hiding behind a bush. You know, kind of like that. Don't want it to be too big. Or it won't fit, you know what I mean? All right. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Can't see what I'm doing here. Switch glasses. Yeah, give me a minute. I'll be right back. Almost back. Very weird. All right. Put my... Okay, well, I've noticed that we've been going for about 2 hours. So, just 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream right here. You get the idea of what I'm getting ready to do. But when I get these completely finished with the clump foliage, what I'll do later this evening is I'll film a O Group update video, and I'll show off all these figures up close and personal, zoomed in. And then so everybody will get a chance to see. I still need to do or complete my O Group boot camp. Let me take, I've got this hiccups. Let me see where I'm at in the O Group boot camps. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. Let's go there. Let's do that. Okay, I did actions, movement, terrain. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is spotting and direct fire. Yeah, infantry fire, HE fire. Yeah, so we're starting to get into the combat in my O Group boot camp. I might film another episode of that tonight. But we're going to take a break right here on the video. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one.